Well, hey everyone, it's Vim PF here, No Nonsense Whisky. This is a quick impromptu live. I don't usually do these things, but I thought I would just drop in because I am going to be covering a lot of stuff coming up, but I missed my 2K celebration, which was only a couple of weeks ago. You know, things have kind of really snowballed a bit on the channel recently. I don't know if you guys saw, but I put out a Johnny Walker video recently for the White Walker, and things just went absolutely insane from there. That's my second highest viewing video already, and it's only been out 2 weeks. We've got one person in. Do say hello. I'm going to be just chatting away for a couple of minutes, talking about what's going on with the channel. But yeah, this is a bit of a 2K hello to everybody. I don't think I'm going to be on very long. Jason Coates says, "Congrats to 2K." Thank you very much, mate. It's been a really quick kind of turnover. I've got to about 1900, and it kind of went static for a couple of days. But after that, it's just been snowballing ever since. I've been getting about 20 new subscribers every day for like the last week or so. It's been absolutely insane. I can't believe that the Johnny Walker video has kind of produced that. Hopefully, those people will stick around, but we'll see. Christine Dean says, hello from Oregon. Nice one. I'm really glad that that you guys could join me from that side of the Atlantic, because this is quite early in the evening, usually for a live. 6:30 it is for me, so it must be kind of midday-ish over that sort of way. But yeah, so stuff I've just covered. I've just done a bit of recording. I'll move this out of the way, talk about that in a bit. I just covered the Widow Jane. This is, I don't know if you can even see that. It's so bright. I've got a little light ring here. It's so bright. It's making me look a bit pink as well. But I just covered the 8-year version. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then I've also done a video of the Vault Edition as well. But a couple of other things that I wanted to tell you guys about. Obviously, you know about the hip flasks. There's still some available of those. So if you are watching this and you're interested, then in the description, there's an email address, nnwhisky@gmail.com. Let me know if you want one. I'm selling them for £15 UK plus shipping. So I can give you an estimate if you let me know sort of the state or whatever you live, what country you live in, because it depends. Give you a ballpark figure. It's I think I sent one to Indiana that was another £10, so it was £25 UK. And within the UK, if you're watching within the UK, it's only a couple of quid extra. But I've just got some new stuff. I've got some new stuff as well. This has gone upside down. These are my new pin badges. Check these out. I'll open a couple. But yeah, they're quite snazzy. It's interesting because they're actually silver, not black around the outside. So although they do look black sometimes, like there, they look black probably to you, but they're actually shiny. So they're a nice little thing. I think I'm probably going to start wearing them. I've got 100 of these things, but I'm not sure if I'm going to sell them yet. I might just do them as kind of giveaways to people when I send them samples and things like that. But if you are interested in picking one of those up, let me know on the same email address, and we'll see if we can sort something out. But one of the big things I wanted to ask you guys, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, is do you want to see No Nonsense Whisky challenge coins? I've got quite a lot of these things now. I'm still missing a few of the YouTuber ones. Like I've got here, they're all mixed up. Terrible. I have no OCDs about things like that. So I've got the Scotch for Dummies 4. I've got the Scotch Test Dummies casks 2, 3, and 4. I missed out on the first one. And I've got the Aquavite first one. Oh, nice one. So Daniel Brown's in. Finally made it to a stream. He's actually in Taiwan. So he when I go live, it must be ridiculously early in the morning. But he's usually first on my comments. And we had a bit of a joke a little while ago about making a competition for that. And I think you've had a bit of competition for that now, Daniel, haven't you? Christine Dean says challenge coins coming soon. Well, that's what I want to know from you guys. Do you want No Nonsense Whisky challenge coins? It's for us in the UK, there isn't really a supplier, so I can get them, but I have to get them from the same place that all of these ones come from. So you know they're going to be the same quality, the same size, the same weight, things like that. The only difference is that I will have the additional cost of shipping them to the UK first, and then the cost of shipping them back out again if anyone wants them from America. So I haven't really worked out the logistics of that yet. Roy managed it because he went to America and he brought them back himself. So he didn't charge people the cost of his flights, bless him. So it's it's something that I really want to do, but I can only do it if the demand is there, because it's going to cost a fair amount, and I don't really want to pass all of them costs on to you guys. I want you guys to have them at a fair price. So if they're available, then I'll do it. Dwayne he's in Islay right now. Actually, I've been following his progress on Facebook and on Instagram, and he's got some really, really good photos of the distilleries he's going to. I'm very jealous. Whiskey Throttle saying, why not do something different? Well, I am doing a couple of things differently. So I've got the hip flasks. If you guys have been watching since the beginning, I've got the hip flasks, and I've now got the badges, which are awesome. I'm enjoying those. But, you know, I want to give the people what they want. So if you want the coins, I'll make the coins. If you don't want the coins, I won't make the coins. That's the long and short of the merchandise, really, isn't it? Stephen A says, hey, Vin, Dwayne wants some coins. Dwayne's a big fan of the coins. And Bourbon Professor. Now, this guy, he's brand new to Whiskey Tube. I've only just checked out his channel. So he's only got a couple of subscribers right now. But I would encourage you to go and check out his videos. He's got the same learning curve as all the rest of us did. But it's definitely worth checking out new people and seeing what they're thinking about things. He's doing things slightly different. He's got a decent camera, which is something I don't have. I'm just on this webcam thing over here, but hopefully that's enough. Whiskey Thought says, sell your Star Wars collection and buy a distillery. Dude, all I've got is this TIE Fighter, and that's just a Lego thing. It wouldn't even be that much. I'm not really much of a collector, actually. The only things I really collect is, well, I've got a small collection of comics that I don't add to anymore that hopefully will be worth money one day. But whiskey I don't collect because I just drink it. You know what I mean? I mean, even this, we'll talk about this in a second. But I don't collect whiskey. I can't be bothered with it. It's too much effort and it costs too much money. The Whiskey Friend says coins would be good. Okay, it's another one for that. Daniel Brown says badges. I missed that one. Not a big fan of the coins, but I'll be checking out the pins. Yeah, it's literally brand new, Daniel. So I'll show these up again. They're although it shows up black on here, they're not actually black. They're kind of like a really, it's a bit strange. They're kind of almost a dark silvery, like a gunmetal grey, shiny. Really, really nice. I'm really happy with these things. But I'm not sure about what I'll be doing about selling these things yet, because I still have to work out. Literally, I've just opened the post today, so I don't know how much we're going to be charging for these yet. But I'll keep in touch with the channel, and you'll definitely find that information out. I've got 100 of those, so plenty to go around. And of course, I still do have flasks if anyone is interested in them, and I can ship them both together to save on the cost of those. Jason Whiskey Wise is in. He says, how's it going? Just an impromptu live, guys. Like nothing major. Just talking about what's going on with the channel, and a very, very late thank you for the 2,000 subscribers milestone. To talk a little bit about the milestones, I set myself a goal of 2,500 subscribers by the end of this year, and it looked like I wasn't going to make it for a while, but now I'm on something like 2,250, and things are starting to roll into place, and I might just hit that before the end of the year. Of course, for me, subscribers isn't the kind of bottom line at all. It's a really nice number to see how things are going, but I'm just happy that a couple of people are watching it and enjoying the videos, you know. So I'm missing a couple of comments here already. Blimey, I can't believe I've got 16 people watching. Out and about, can't stay. Just wanted to say hi. So yeah, Bourbon Professor, he's out and about. It's probably midday-ish where you guys are. But yeah, go and check him out. Donna Pass Whiskey's in, says hey. A couple of people saying hello to each other. Tony Evans, hi Vin, thank you for the introduction to This Is My Dram podcast. Changed my drive to work. I really enjoy those guys, and I don't get people on the channel that I don't enjoy, you know, because I want to bring you guys people that I enjoy rather than just bringing you guys kind of live streams for the sake of it, apart from this one. But yeah, the This Is My Dram podcast is absolutely brilliant. It literally is so well produced, and they do some amazing music and stuff. Go and check them out. Check out my live stream with them. That's going back a little bit now. I do little red dots on them now. Eric's, cheers from California. He's always dropping in these early doors ones, so I'm really glad for it. You can check it out. Eric's been asking me about coins as well, so I am working on coins. I am working on coins. Daniel Brown says, just back from the city, about 200 miles south of here. Was helping a friend open his bar. That sounds pretty awesome. I'm looking at doing something like that in my local city. Not an opening the bar, but going to a bar and setting up a bit of a club. But it's not a very popular thing in my city, unfortunately. Gus is in. He says can't stay, but he just wants to say congratulations. Thank you very much, Gus. I've got lots of your samples on the shelf that I'm going to be checking out soon. I've been covering bottles recently because I can say a little bit more about them. It's hard to review samples and give a really, really good review on it because you only get a wee bit. But never mind, it is what it is. Karen's in. She says congratulations to you. You're fairly new to the channel as well. Thank you very much for returning to another live stream and for continuing to watch. I'm really enjoying the 2,000 subscribers. I can't believe it that it's happening. To be honest, it was a really slow start, but it's starting to build up. People are starting to take notice, and I'm enjoying that. Gregor says congratulations to 2K as well. Eric's saying be sure to read the warning on the back label of Highland Park, which indicates it may lead to pregnancy or late night texting to ex-boyfriends or ex-girlfriends. I'm okay with stuff like that, to be fair. You know, I've been with my wife. We're married for 5 years and we've been together like 12 or 13 years now. So ex-girlfriends are a distant memory for me. A couple of you asking Dwayne how his trip is. You should do videos, man. It's going to be a pretty good trip, I think. Pretty good trip. Whiskey Friend says, hi, Vin. I've just done a couple of videos. It'd be good if you check them out. Feedback welcome. Will do. I always like to see new people because it's the hardest part is starting. You know, none of us have good gear when we start. Some of us have some good gear and maybe missing the knowledge. None of us are hitting the ground running, apart from a few key people that used to make YouTube videos elsewhere and have now transitioned into the whiskey tube kind of environment, and they're seeing some excellent kind of growth. But for most of us who are sitting in our spare rooms like me, it's a learning progress every day. It's learning progress every day, but definitely worth checking people out. McCallum Fine and Rare is in. Good evening. Says congrats, Vin. Thank you very much. And Dan says, Vin, blink twice if the missus is in the room watching. She's not in the room, but she might have caught the notification. She doesn't really watch my videos though, so I'm pretty safe. But this room, honestly, I can't understate how small it is. The room, you can't see here, but that is literally the wall there, and this is the other wall here, and my camera is against the wall on the other side. It's meant to be a 3rd bedroom in a 3-bedroom house, but you couldn't even get a single bed in this room, seriously. So for me, it's the whiskey room, and I've got stuff like everywhere down here, all whiskey bottles and stuff. I'm really looking red on this as well. It's not because I've been drinking, I promise. Craft Beer Pour says congrats. So now that actually Sherry Malt Drams has said about it's gone actually. He said he was drinking 12 Highland Park 12, but never mind. I have here poured my Highland Park 21, which I crack out on special occasions like 2,000 subscribers. I am going to do a review on this soon because I also have the 25-year up there, which is amazing, but impossible to recommend for the price. This has actually got a little bit cold because I've got the window open. It's quite cold in the UK at the moment. The 21 is amazing. Again, hard to recommend. It's very expensive, but I got it for £100, which is a lot, you know. So what's that in dollars? $130, $150, something like that. Christine says, I feel like I should channel Amy here and say hit the like button. Always a pleasure to see like buttons going. One of the big misnomers of YouTube is that dislikes are negative. It actually doesn't really work like that. The mysterious algorithm behind YouTube sees it as user engagement, even if it's a dislike. So in fact, before I started this channel, maybe I'll show you guys one day, but before I started this channel, I made a time lapse of my back garden having the turf being laid, and it's actually got more views on it than any of my whiskey videos, because I called it a garden transformation, but really all that happened was they laid some lawn. So these poor people came out of nowhere to watch it thinking it was going to be an amazing video, and it really wasn't. And I got something like 100 or 200 dislikes on it and maybe 2 or 3 likes, but it's still got like 13,000 views. So dislikes are viewer engagement nonetheless. But, you know, please don't dislike Whiskey Tube videos unless you really dislike something specific. But then please do tell us what you dislike. That's all good feedback and we can change things. McCallum Finer Rare says, I'll be at 3,000 in a few weeks. Maybe not in a few weeks, but I'm hoping somewhere at the beginning of next year. My target for next year, if I hit the 2,500 this year, will be 5,000. I want to double the channel again, but I'm not too bothered about that. I'm just going to keep churning the videos out and hopefully you guys will watch. That's all that matters to me, is people watching and actually enjoying it. And if you're not enjoying it, again, I'd like to know why, just so I can change some things. So let's talk about this, the Highland Park 21. I talk about it a lot on live streams, I know. I get so much peach off this thing. It's amazing. Whiskey Throttles has to run, but he says, enjoy the HB Dram. I certainly will, buddy. When this goes, the stream will be over, but we live to fight another day. But I absolutely love this whiskey. I'm so glad I managed to get it. I don't think I'll ever buy another bottle again. Now, I know it's early doors in America, but I know there's a couple of British people and going across the other way. Anybody drinking some whiskey right now, or maybe you've got something planned up for your Sunday night? It's always good to have a plan for the evening. Jason asking about the Mini. Yes, it is. I got these here because these are the ones I've just recorded. I haven't even edited them yet. I thought I'd just go live and see if anyone was around. But this is a Widow Jane Mini. Picked it up at the London Whiskey Show recently. I spoke to the head distiller, who's a guy called Vince. So we hit it off. And basically, I really enjoyed the 10-year-old they had. And we were chatting. He was one of these guys. You know how sometimes you go to a whiskey festival and there's just a person, some kind of PR person who goes, pour, no chat, no little chat. It's just like, pour, get out of the way, get the next person. Anyway, this guy, we sat chatting to him for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we came back later in the day and we chatted to him again. And it wasn't until later I noticed he had these behind, and he didn't force this on me in any way, shape or form. I begged him to give me a sample of this so that I could put it on the channel, because there are a few videos of Widow Jane out there, but I really think you guys need to know about Widow Jane. This isn't their whiskey. They're sourcing this from Kentucky, but I'll go into that. This video will be live tomorrow, so you can check that out. But I'm very impressed with what they're doing, and I can't wait for them to put their own stuff out. What's going on in here? Christine says, I've got a flight attendant friend trying to get me some travel edition of the Highland Park 18 from Germany. So far, no luck. It's difficult. They've got a lot of stuff on travel retail right now, and a lot of it is unattainable for the average person, really expensive stuff. I've got one bottle down here. I think it's the Harold. Yeah, I've got the box there. That's my next Highland Park video, I think. I've also got the Valknut as well. I missed out on the Valkyrie. Can't really be bothered to spend £55 on it, but the Valknut's pretty good. And of course, I've got the 21 as well. All videos that I've been meaning to do for a million years. But even at 2 a week, I've still got all of these whiskies to do, and I'm struggling to keep up with them, to be honest. What else have we got going on here? Pulled down my Highland Park 12, not 21, so figured it was close enough. Yeah, why not? The Highland Park 12 is always a good go-to dram. Not terribly sure about the new bottling of it, but these things change batch to batch. Keep it with. Old bottle, yeah. Sherry Malt Drams is saying old bottle is much better than Viking Honor taste. Completely agree with that. I can't get any of the reps or anyone to admit it's different, but I think it's different. I think it's different. Dwayne Lige says, I had 12 different drams of Bunnahabhain doing 3 tastings today. This guy has the first day he did 3 separate tastings at one distillery, went to a different distillery the next day, came back to the same distillery and did more tastings. He's got an absolutely jam-packed schedule of tastings over a week, and I'm just so insanely jealous. So insanely jealous. Mark Broder's in. This is obviously one of the guys from the Scotch for Dummies. I've been talking about your coins, dude, earlier on. So saying, to repeat myself from a bit earlier, I was talking about coins and merchandise and if you guys want coins or not. I know there's a bit of a divide, but minimum order for those really is like 250 coins. So if there's enough interest in it, I will definitely be getting some. But if I'm only going to sell 20 of them and I'm going to have sort of 230 lying around, then I probably won't get them. So it really depends on you guys. You need to let me know if you want them or not. Keep hassling me on Twitter. At NNWhisky on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, Nonsense Whisky, all one word. Then just keep hammering me for it, and I'll get them. I'll get them. Oh, I've just got a super chat in from Karen. Thank you very much. A dram for you, Vin. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. I really appreciate stuff like super chat. We've been we don't really talk about super chat much in Whiskey Tube because YouTube does have a bit of a weird policy on them, but they're always welcome. Always welcome. Any support is always welcome through super chat or through Patreon or through merchandise buying. Anyone will tell you, we guys, when we're less than 10,000 subscribers, we're not making much money on this channel. But really, you have to be like Ralphie level and Whiskey Vault level to make any sort of real cash off advertising. But in an ideal world, I wouldn't do advertising because I don't really want you guys to be subjected to that. But it's got to happen, unfortunately. It's got to happen. So thank you very much anyway for that virtual dram. Very, very happy to receive. Underneath the bottle says, hey, what's good? What's good right now is the Highland Park 21. Hopefully you guys have got something in your glass. And if not, hopefully you got something good later. But I'm going to kind of slowly enjoy this thing. We're at 20 minutes, so I reckon we'll be on for another 10 or so. But, you know, like I say, I want to hear from you guys. You guys are pretty good at letting me know in the chat and in the comments of videos what you like to see. I've been covering a lot of cheap stuff recently. Lots and lots of cheap stuff. Like I did, talking about it again, I did the White Walker video, which has done very well on my channel. Very impressed with how many views that's got. Definitely check that out if you're planning on buying a bottle of it, because although some people are being kind of friendly about it, it really is awful whiskey. I went back to it again last night. I'd had a few of other things, to be fair, which are better, and I tried it again to see if I would enjoy it again. And it's not great. It's not great. It's a £34 whiskey in the UK, and for the same price, you can get the 15-year green label even from Johnnie Walker if you're into that sort of thing. But for £34, you can get some pretty good whiskies, maybe even some bourbons if you're into that sort of thing. I've got lots of stuff down here that are in that same price bracket. Woodford Reserve, Knob Creek's about that sort of price. Bemore is about that sort of price. There's no reason for it, to be honest. There's no reason for it. But it's been a good video nonetheless. So hopefully, in the US, it's about $1 or $2 more than the Johnnie Walker Black Label. Well, that's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing because actually I quite like the Black Label, to be honest. I haven't covered it on the channel yet, but I put this lower than the Black Label and above the Red Label because the Red Label is just trash. You know, it used to be amazing, allegedly, back in the day. You know, there's some presidents and there's some prime ministers in the UK that made it their favourite. But all I can say is they probably didn't have any decent single malt available to them back then. So who knows? Sorry about missing some chats. It's going a bit quicker for me now, actually. Vin, what's your top 3 in the running for your whiskey of the year? Do you know what, Gregor? I really don't know. I haven't even looked at my whiskey of the year yet, but I do like to put a video out. But I only include videos that I have made that year. So whiskies that have made videos for that year. I'm going to be doing another Twitter poll, I think. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure you go over there. I'm at NNWhisky, and I put out polls in December, and I'll put that video out probably somewhere around Christmas time. It's usually my Christmas special. Eric says, I'm thinking about doing a bath bucket review for after I drink bad whiskies. Well, I've actually created a playlist of bad whiskies now because I've covered maybe 4 or 5 whiskies that are, in my opinion, terrible, and I put them into a playlist. So if you YouTube search terrible whiskies or check out my channel and go and look at the playlist, you'll see a grouping of whiskies that I think is really bad. Castmate says, congratulations on the 2K. Thank you very much, Castmate. Stephen A says, at that price, the White Walker is okay. At the prices you're talking about in the UK, no thanks. Definitely 100% with you on that. I mean, even if it was cheaper, I would be arguing that it isn't worth it still. I would rather than cheap whiskey being okay, I'd rather save that money and buy something that's reasonably good instead. I'm trying to think of a good example. Like down here, okay, here's a good example down here. Not very easy to get in the UK. This is the very old Barton 6-year-old bottled in bond. So, and this cost me £30, £33 in the UK. So we're talking about sort of roughly $50. So not cheap for a bourbon in America, because you probably get this a lot cheaper, maybe even sort of $35. For me, though, I'm very unlikely to get a 6-year-old bourbon and very unlikely to also get a 50% one for that sort of price. This has been specifically imported to be able to be sold at the fair that I went to. So I was very happy to get that. But this is the same price as the Johnnie Walker White Label. And I'm getting an extra sort of, well, do the maths, an extra 8.3%. And I'm getting something that's brand new oak, not some rehashed crap, and hasn't been chill filtered to death. I'm going to put this up here. But yeah, perfect example of what you can get. Scott Turner says, I'd quite like to see you cover some supermarket own brand like I've been doing with Aldi. Well, actually, I was going to record this tonight, but I didn't in the end. I've got the Tesco's Finest Speyside right here. So I'll bump that up the queue for you and maybe do that in the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping to have something come through the post, which is going to be a bit special. So I'm hoping to have that out next week. So not this week coming up, but the week after. But we'll see. That's going to be something really special that someone's sending me. But yeah, I'll probably get onto that if you're interested in seeing it. Welsh Toro says, well done. Thank you very much. David Purvis, what's the Highland Park bottle? Sorry, yeah, my camera isn't very good. This is the Highland Park 21. I'm drinking this to say congratulations to myself for 2,000 subscribers, which I honestly, genuinely never thought I would get. Like a good example, the first 100 subscribers I got from when I started doing this to when I got the 100 subscribers took me 35 weeks to achieve that. And in the last 3 weeks, I've gone up 200 subscribers. It's just absolutely insane how YouTube works. It's a proper snowball effect. Hopefully, I'll get more interest. But, again, it's never the point of this. It's never the point to gain subscribers or make money or get views or whatever. I literally love talking about whiskey, and I have bored my relatives and my friends to death over it. And I don't really have anybody in my city who I meet up with regularly to talk about whiskey. So this is my outlet for just gabbing on about whiskey. Absolutely love it. Just absolutely brilliant. It's got a good ABV on it as well, this thing. I can't remember. 47.5%. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Gregor says, most travel retail exclusives are subpar. Convince me otherwise. Okay, can I convince you otherwise? Do I have anything within reach that I can convince you otherwise? Probably not, to be fair. You are right, though. You are right. Most of them are gifting bottles. They're for people who wander through and go, oh, yes, I remember my friend likes whiskey. I'll get this particular one. Sometimes you can get a bargain. Good example, the Suntory, the Cheetah grain whiskey. It's not the best whiskey in the world, but in travel retail, you can get it for £30, where it says £50 outside of. Not recommended at all for £50, but it's pretty good for 30 quid. So yeah, I try to avoid travel retail, to be honest, because it's expensive and mostly not as good as some. But there are some gems. You really have to look closely, though. I think another good example, I've just thought of one, the Maker's Mark cask strength. Underneath the bottle says, White Walker was a good video. Yeah, thank you. Hopefully it was a good video. I tried to be really honest about it. People are being nice about it, I think. And it's fine if you want to buy a bottle to collect. But for me, it's just a bit of, like, now I've got this bottle of whiskey that I don't really want to drink. And I opened it for the channel and I can't sell it on. So it's just a dead thing now. I'm probably going to send it out as samples to people if they want to cover it on their channels or whatever. I think I missed a comment up here. I've got to head off as I need to make dinner. Jason, yeah, see you later, dude. Thank you very much for joining us and checking out the channel. He's still my moderator. I haven't taken him off as my moderator, but thank you very much. I don't really need a moderator right now. I haven't kind of reached kind of Roy Aquavite levels of Sky High lives. McCallum Foner, 8 PM, just switched on to winter time today. Yeah, same as us, actually. We switched over. So in my head, it's 8 PM, but it's 7 PM here now. I don't really like time zone changes. It's a bit stupid, to be honest. Do we really need it in 2018 and beyond? Probably not. Jason Coates says, Oban Little Bay started out as travel retail. It's solid stuff. My favourite thing about Oban Little Bay is it's like saying PIN number. When you're talking about your card, PIN number, which it's personal identification number, if you say PIN number. Oban Little Bay, Oban literally means Little Bay. So you're either saying Oban or you're saying Little Bay, because you're saying Oban Little Bay. It's a bit of a funny thing. I like that. There we go. Scott Turner Priest says, Lafroig PX's travel retail is pretty good. It is pricey, but I really love that dram. Love it. It's got everything that I want in an Isle of whiskey. It's got the peat massive hit for it, and it's the huge sherry bomb flavour. I think I did cover it. I do have a video of that. Right, guys, just coming up to the end of the stream then. I've bent your ears long enough. But just to recap what I even started doing the stream for, mostly to say thank you to all of you for my subscriber rate, which is absolutely insane. I've gone well over 2,000 subscribers now. Very happy with that, and I'm just so pleased that people even want to watch my content. But also to say that coming up, I've got the Widow Jane video on Monday, tomorrow. I've got the Bemore Vault Edition first release coming up on Thursday. I've got brand new merchandise in, which is these pin badges. Haven't decided anything about selling them out yet, but if you are interested in them, let me know. I do have hip flasks still available as well. I've got a couple going for the special first price of £15 plus shipping. There's an email address in the description below, so you can check those out and send me an email for a quote for the shipping. If you're in America, it's going to cost about sort of £10 extra, but if you're in the UK, it's not too bad. But if you're interested in that and the badge, we can work something out. I'll be drinking the Highland Park 21. I think I missed a comment about my map. Yeah, I did. Any off the map ever surprised you? India, China, and so on. Yes. There's a couple that have surprised me. New Zealand was one. I covered that way back when I started. Probably a terrible video. Don't go and check it out. Haven't scratched it off yet, but I've got some Australian whiskey coming up in the Starwood. Very, 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 very good. I've been very impressed with Indian whiskey generally, especially Paul John and Amrit. Awesome. But I'm still a bit kind of lacking on the scratch offs. So definitely coming up within the next year or so. I've got Australia. I'm going to have some German whiskey, some Italian whiskey. I'm going to try and get more US states scratched off. Some Thai whiskey definitely coming up. Yeah, hopefully I'm going to get some African and some South American stuff, but I'm not really sure about distilleries. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Well, so is there anything other than Paul John and Amrit? Yes, unfortunately, yes, there is. They're the only two worth bothering with, I have to admit. But if you really try hard, you can get some god awful whiskey from India. They're the biggest drinkers of blended whiskey in the world, but they make all their own stuff. But they make some really, 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 really horrible. The guy who is the I think world ambassador for Paul John, Shilton Almeida, brilliant guy. He showed me once. There's a whiskey that comes in a carton, like the old milk cartons used to get open up and tear them down, and it's just, I mean, really bad, really bad. Just forget about that. Daniel Brown says Thai whiskey. Am I thinking of the wrong one? Am I thinking Thai whiskey? Where am I thinking of? Where does Kavalan come from? I've lost my brain on that. Maybe it's not Thailand. I thought it was Thailand, but never mind. Rampa as well, Jason Coates. Yeah, Rampa. Yes, they are pretty good. They are pretty good. Yeah, okay, yeah. Taiwan, not Thailand. That's it. Always get confused with the two. I haven't covered much Kavalan. I don't really know much about them because I can't afford the bottles. But I'll get them eventually, and I will try them and get them on the channel. Yeah, definitely Taiwan. That's what we're talking about. So I haven't got any Thailand coming up, but I do have Taiwan because I do have some Kavalans, some basic ones, none of the specials, unfortunately. But I did try one years ago and I didn't like it much, so I haven't really tried many more of them. But my tastes are changing, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so to wrap up then, sorry for taking up so much of your time. Thank you very much to Karen for the super chat in that. Really well received. Thank you very much. And thank you to all for your continued support and watching the channel. Hopefully, over the next kind of year, I've at least got another plan for the next year, and I'm going to carry on doing this for as long as I possibly can do. Again, I can't thank you guys enough for watching the content. Please do let me know if there's anything specific you want to see, and of course, let me know about the merchandise if you want them. Please, again, if you want coins. If you want these challenge coins like the other guys are doing, I haven't made them yet, but if enough of you are interested, just keep bombarding me with requests for it, and I'll promise you I will do it eventually. But I need you guys to tell me if you want them or not, because if the interest isn't there, I can't get them. That's as fair as I can say. But yeah, thank you very much. A couple of people just joined in. Go Habs, thank you very much for checking me out. Maybe start the stream again if you can be bothered to spend 35 minutes of your evening. But thank you very much again for everyone watching. Enjoy your whiskies tonight. Hopefully you'll enjoy the next videos coming up, and I salute you all. Thank you very much. See you later.